What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Green Report. Every week we break down cannabis news and policy updates that mainstream media isn't covering. Today's an emergency segment. There's critical information millions of young Americans don't have that could affect their entire career. If you're between 18 and 30, there's a good chance you've smoked weed in the past year. It's legal in your state, right? Here's the problem. You might have just disqualified yourself from 30% of the best jobs in America, and don't even know it yet. This is documented federal policy. With Trump's rescheduling announcement expected this week, let's talk about what actually changes and what doesn't. Section 1, all the numbers. First, the data. According to SAMHSA, 49% of Americans aged 18 to 25 used marijuana in the past year. In legal states, that's closer to 60 to 70%. 24 states have legalized recreational marijuana, 38 have medical. That's 140 million Americans in legal jurisdictions. So if you're in college in Colorado or Virginia, weed seems normal. You buy it legally, pay taxes, smoke at home, zero laws broken, no criminal record. But here's what's coming. The federal government, which employs millions and controls millions more contractor jobs, still treats marijuana exactly like heroin. Schedule I controlled substance. That classification controls access to roughly 30% of high-paying jobs in America. Let's say you graduated, you're applying to Lockheed Martin, Boeing, NASA, FBI, any federal agency. They send background check paperwork. Form SF-86 asks, have you used illegal drugs in the past 7 years? You think, weed's legal in my state, so no. Wrong. It asks about federal law. Marijuana is still federally illegal. Schedule I. 2 choices. Choice 1, tell the truth. Yes, marijuana in college, legal in my state. Result, application denied. Most agencies require 12 to 24 months clean. Some require 36 months. Recent use means you can't apply for 2 to 3 years. That's 2 to 3 years of $65,000 to $150,000 salaries lost. Choice 2, lie. Say no. Result, polygraph catches you. Application terminated permanently. Possible federal charges for lying on government forms. You cannot win if you've used recently. Truth equals disqualified. Lie equals caught. Smoking legal weed just locked you out of NASA, FBI, CIA, military, Boeing, Lockheed, thousands of positions, 30% of high-paying jobs, gone. Specifically, federal government, 2.9 million jobs, military, 1.3 million active, 800,000 reserve, require 12 to 24 months clean. Federal law enforcement, FBI, DEA, Secret Service, 200,000 jobs, 24 to 36 months clean. Polygraphs required, 65 to 90,000 starting. Intelligence, CIA, NSA, 100,000 plus positions, 24 to 36 months preferred. Top secret clearances, 70 to 150,000 salaries. Defense contractors, Lockheed, Boeing, Raytheon, 1.1 million cleared jobs, 12 to 24 months clean, 80 to 150,000 average. Cybersecurity, cleared positions, 85% require clearances, 120 to 200,000 salaries, locked out with recent use. Total, 5 to 6 million jobs with marijuana restrictions. Even after you quit, you wait. 6 months minimum, 12 for most federal, 24 for clearances, 36 for intelligence. Here's a typical scenario. Someone's 21 in Virginia, walks into a legal dispensary, shows ID, buys weed for $40, pays 6% state sales tax, transaction shows on bank statement, takes it home, smokes in apartment, not driving, not in public. Virginia state law, 0 laws broken, state sold it, collected tax, says it's legal. 6 months later, applies to Lockheed Martin, cybersecurity job, 95,000 starting, fully qualified. Background check. Have you used illegal drugs? Under federal law, that person committed a Schedule I violation, same as heroin possession. Now ineligible for federal work, can't get security clearance, disqualified. The Virginia government sold them marijuana. The federal government considers it heroin-level crime. Can't work for NASA. Followed every state law, 0 criminal record. But unemployable federally for 1 to 2 years. Same government, same substance, different office. Für I, ihr salver my, der for fi. Different rules. State says, buy it from us, we'll tax it. Feds say, that's a serious drug crime, you can't work here. Does this make sense? Trump's expected to sign an executive order moving marijuana from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3. Schedule 3, ketamine, steroids, testosterone, medical use accepted with prescription. Timeline, executive order, possibly this week. DEA rulemaking process, 6 to 12 months. Final rule, summer or fall, 2026. What this helps. Cannabis industry wins big. Banking access. IRS Section 280E eliminated. Medical research allowed. Interstate commerce eventually. What this does not change immediately. Recreational use, still federally illegal without prescription. Federal employment policies aren't tied to scheduling. Each agency sets its own hiring rules. Agencies would need to independently revise policies. That takes years. Best case, by 2027 or 2028, agencies might treat marijuana more like alcohol. 12 to 24-month requirements might drop to 6 to 12. But for anyone applying in 2025 or 2026, the current rules still apply. Polygraphs still ask about use. Background checks still flag recent use. Clearance adjudicators still care about frequency. Bottom line, rescheduling is huge for legalization. For federal jobs, meaningful changes are 2 to 5 years away. If you want a federal career, the guidance remains. Quit and stay clean 12 to 24 months. That timeline isn't changing this week. Here's the issue. A Pew survey found 68% of people 18 to 29 in legal states didn't know marijuana could disqualify them from federal jobs. Among college STEM students planning defense contractor careers, 71% didn't know about clearance drug restrictions. Tens of thousands of young Americans in legal states using legally, planning careers in cybersecurity, aerospace, intelligence, law enforcement. Nobody's telling them, that legal weed, that disqualifies you for 2 years. Not in college orientation, not in career services, not from dispensaries, not from state governments. People find out when they're already rejected, after years of college, tuition paid, strong grades, perfect candidates, rejected, because they use something legal, and nobody warned them. That's not a policy problem, that's an information failure affecting hundreds of thousands of careers. Key takeaways. 1. If you're planning federal government, military, intelligence, law enforcement, or defense contractor careers, anything requiring clearance, marijuana use disqualifies you 12 to 24 months, regardless of state legality. 2. Trump's rescheduling is great for cannabis industry and research. It will not immediately change federal employment policies. Those changes take years. 3. The state-federal contradiction is real and absurd. You can use legally under state law and be unemployable federally. That's current reality. 4. Make informed decisions. Want to use marijuana and work in tech, hospitality, legal cannabis, creative fields without federal clearances. Those industries generally don't care. But if you're considering federal work, understand the consequences. This isn't anti-marijuana. This is information. The policy may seem contradictory, but it's real. People deserve to know before it affects their career. What you need to know if you're in college or early career, planning military, FBI, CIA, defense contractors, any security clearance job. The guidance is clear. Quit and stay completely clean 12 to 24 months before applying. Not cut back, not weekends only, completely clean. Not sure what career you want? Consider, would you take a $100,000 job at Lockheed, join the military, work for NASA? If answer is maybe, or I don't know, staying clean keeps options open. Once there's recent use, that clock starts and can't be rewound. The timeline, last use determines eligibility. 6 months clean might qualify for some state jobs. 12 months for most federal civilian positions. 24 months for security clearances. 36 months for intelligence agencies. The federal law is what it is. Whether it should change is a political question. What's not debatable is that these policies exist, affect millions of jobs, and most young people don't know about them. Make an informed choice. Want to use and work in industries that don't require clearances. That's a valid path. But if you're thinking about federal work, military, defense, intelligence, understand the restrictions exist. Nobody communicates this until it's too late. That's what this emergency segment is about. If this information was new to you, share it. Send to friends in college, anyone planning federal careers. The more people who know before they're disqualified, the better. That's our emergency segment. Next week, back to regular cannabis news coverage. Subscribe for weekly marijuana policy updates and real-world impact analysis. Thanks for watching The Green Report. See you next week.